Hello Taurus, welcome to your February 2023 Love Tarot reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is going to be a love reading for the person most on your mind and heart, Taurus. And make sure you guys stay to the very end of this message today. We will be pulling one of these archetype cards to tune into the message of what archetype you should be exploring and embodying this month for best results in love. And it's really just going to be a fun card to invite divine guidance around the energies that you're meant to explore. So I will be pulling, let's see, one card right now, and I'll flip it over at the end of the deck here. What is Taurus, the Taurus collective energy here? Nope, this one is a yes. So Taurus, make sure you drop me a comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It does really help my channel build and grow. I so appreciate it. And let's start pulling your cards. So we'll be pulling the tarot. We'll also be pulling some of the Osho cards to clarify. And before we also get started, I'm going to be pulling the initial cards and the astrology deck to see who is showing up the strongest in your reading today. Let's see here. Five of Wands, Four of Wands, the Moon. My loves, if you would also like to book a personal or private reading with me, I do have 1, 2, and 3 question readings, as well as in-depth love readings that you can find via my website. And those are video recorded and sent to your email within the week. And there will also be an extended reading linked to this one that will be more about your person's feelings, intentions, their next move, and the outcome. So let's see here. Control, slowing down, suppression, schizophrenia, fighting. These are really intense / dense energies. But we do have the Fool coming in the near future. So this is nice because it feels like there's been perhaps a weight off your shoulders lifted. What are the dominant initials here, Spirit? We have N, G, I, Z, K, D, I'm hearing Dominic, Daniel, Dana, another I, B, and A. I don't know if I said K as well. So Spirit guides, what are the dominant signs? We have a Sagittarius, Mercury, Virgo or Gemini coming through. We have Aquarius, and we have Uranus, so another Aquarius energy. Bottom of the deck, opposition. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio or somebody that feels like you just are total opposites in a way. So the relationship as it is now, Taurus, we have the Five of Wands. This is a very conflicted energy. So there could be a situation with this person where there's been power struggles. You've both wanted to have control over this relationship in one way or another. And there's been a lot of rigidity and an inability to kind of empathize with the other. There's some ego battles here for sure. 333 on my timer. And with that, you know, I think that this is bringing up a lot of maybe where both of you are heavily in your ego, where you can't kind of see the other person's side. And fair enough, there might be a valid situation where you've needed to have boundaries. So we're going to explore that a bit deeper here. You know, Taurus, in your current energy, you seem to be doing actually very well. I'm getting a very fruitful energy currently. So despite the fact that things might be a little bit dry or maybe not moving or very emotionally expressed, it feels like your personal life is really starting to feel good. Like there's some friendships here. Your family life could be very pleasant and happy. This is all about weddings, engagements, celebrations. So there is, you know, cause to celebrate in your life. And I feel like in a way, when you view this person, you could view them that they genuinely slow you down. Like there's something about the relationship that makes you feel held back, or, you know, when you view them, you could see them as having slowed down in their life in a certain way, or being a little bit less expressive with you. You don't really know fully what's up with them. With the Moon card, they are definitely going through kind of a shadow period. This person is perhaps hibernating a bit. They are in a yin phase of their life, and the way that they view you is perhaps having a lot on your plate, Taurus, but I also feel like there is something here that this person feels like they can't express their true self around you. So there is something in that. I'm curious what that means for you. Definitely drop me a comment below. But, you know, the obstacle here is it feels like the inability to go all in, right? They haven't really laid this to rest. They haven't really decided on you. And it could feel like you are in the process of deciding on them as well, Taurus. Like there's not a clear understanding of where you're both going here. Schizophrenia to me is that liminal space, that not being able to define what is really happening. And it can be very uncomfortable, but it feels like the relationship has not been fully laid to rest on either side, but it also, the 2 feet are not fully in the relationship either. So that's a tough place to be, Taurus, and ask yourself, like, how long do you want to be there? Because you have the power to shift that, right? So your best approach here is the Magician and fighting. So while I don't feel like your guides are saying you should be fighting, I think that it's like, be intentional right now about, I'm also hearing like pick your battles. So because there's a lot of fights and arguments here, I almost get the sense that, you know, there needs to be an emotional clearing here, but it almost needs to be done in a way that is a safe space for each other. It's like you guys can talk about the things that have been weighing on you and address some of your pain points with each other. But I'm also hearing that your guides are saying, be really intentional about this and don't let your emotions hijack you when you're expressing. Because what I'm sensing here is that there has been a lot of egoic battles, and it's not really allowing both of you to feel heard and feel like this relationship can go anywhere. I'm not sensing like a doomed energy for this relationship at all. What I am sensing is that there needs to be a loosening of control and a surrendering of the armor so that both of you can show up more vulnerably. Now, Taurus, in what you do not see coming, we have a brand new, really fresh energy here. And the 8 of Wands is connected to fast-paced communication and accelerated movement. With the Fool, this is all about taking a leap. So you will be taking a leap forward, and there's going to be some communication coming in, Taurus, that allows this to be possible. Now, in the extended, we're really going to tune into, Taurus, is this connected to this person? Is this relationship going to actually have a breakthrough and move towards a more fruitful beginning where you're no longer in this liminal space, where you're able to really see the bright side and look towards an optimistic future together? Or is there just a decision made and you cutting ties with this person altogether? So we will be checking that out in the extended reading. We're going to check out their feelings, their intentions, their next move, and the likely outcome between you guys. So it will be linked right in the description box below. And finally, let us flip over your card for your archetype. Interesting. We have the Desert here. So I feel like you're reaching for a more fruitful existence. I feel like you have this connection within your personal life. Maybe when you're even not with this person, or where you're just with your friends, you're like, oh, I feel so much happiness. But then when you're together with this person, it feels kind of like barren or a dead end. And I really think that this has to do with the inability to maybe let your guard down completely and let that person in. So it reaches this desert where there's not a lot of growth because there's a lack of true connection and communication and really knowing each other heart to heart. So with the Desert, I want you to ask yourself, Taurus, like, where do I fear vulnerability, and how can I invite more flow, more of the water element, right? The desert is lacking water. More flow, more harmony into my communications with others. So I hope that this message resonated with you, my loves. I'm sending you guys so much beautiful energy moving forward into your month of February. If you'd like to book a private reading with me or apply for one-on-one coaching, check out my website, intuitiveempress.com. You can also find me on Instagram at intuitive__empress. I would love to connect with you over there. And yes, I'm sending you guys so much love. Talk to you soon.